Andrew Catoni. These are my six generated images from AI of my six experiences. So starting off with number one, this first one is me moving from North Carolina to Massachusetts, or sorry, other way around, from Massachusetts to North Carolina. As a kid, I was actually 7 at the time, so I've already established, a decent friend group, and then you got all my family that's up there. It's just a hard transition, especially at that young of age, because you think, you take everything for granted when you're a kid. You just don't realize you don't have any concept of really what the remaining years of life are for you. So you invest a lot of your time to spending that with friends, so you build really good relationships with those people. Um, and to leave them is just it's a very big uh, change. Another big change for me was, going to a big middle school. So I went to a middle school that was about 300 kids total, which I don't. For me, that was it was a lot of people. So, and especially coming from my my elementary school in North Carolina, which was about 30 people, and then moving, about it was like a 30-minute or about probably about an hour actually from my elementary school. So it's just it's a farther drive. It's all of these other things. It's actually 10x more people than it was in elementary school. So there's just a lot more people there, a lot more people to know. So I wasn't really too intimidated by this. I actually was happy that I was able to see and meet more people. This is kind of where I started getting out of my shell and kind of realizing that I can talk to people. I'm a very big talker for sure. So moving on to senior year of high school, I was actually the captain of our soccer team and ended up making it to the finals and winning it all. And you say, you kind of just, um, I learned a sense of leadership for sure. You build relationships and friendships that kind of last a long time. Actually, two of my teammates are my roommates now in college. So, you kind of, um, you can't take that kind of stuff for granted. You kind of just gotta like I'm so grateful for the opportunity, the experience. I mean, it was such a great playoff run, and just no better way to top off your senior year than to win it all. So this is actually supposed to be me last semester, so very recent. Um, I was kind of 3 years in on kinesiology as my major. Didn't really see myself in the future being able to, I couldn't project myself in the future and say like, oh, I could be in the medical field up at this point. And so I started looking at different business models, thinking of things that, I might be able um, to do other than kinesiology. So I looked at different majors and actually stumbled upon marketing and was checking out some advertisements over social media. I mean, I get them all the time. I'm sure everyone else does, but I was like, oh, maybe I could do this. You kind of can tell which ones are, created with AI and, some that are kind of integrated with, human and AI integration. So, anyways, I just thought that was pretty cool. I thought I could be, of help to that kind of niche. So ended up doing that. And, like I said, changing my major from kinesiology to marketing. So now that my interests are aligned, I've got marketing as my major, and then I'm interested in doing the advertisements and stuff like that, and that it ultimately led me to, my building my marketing campaign with my roommate. So this teaches both of us, kind of the sense of entrepreneurship, leadership, communication for sure. Like I said, cold calling is something that I really enjoy. So, I'm a very talkative person, very extroverted, I guess, in that sense. So, um, I'm very grateful for all these experiences that have ultimately put me in this position to, hopefully succeed in this business space. So yeah, thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in class.